Hello everyone, it is my huge pleasure to welcome you to today's live, and together with my very special guest we are going to talk about networking and networking in a time of crisis. So I think it is a very relevant topic to everyone. It doesn't matter whether you are a business owner, whether you are an employee, whether you are a CEO, whether you are an expat, you're living in your own country, it doesn't matter. I think it is a relevant topic to all of us. So I wanted to say hello to everyone who is joining right now and anyone who is going to watch us on replay. If you could just let me know whether you can hear me and whether you can see me properly, that would be wonderful. So I'll wait for a little while for some comments. Okay, I think everything is working just fine. For those who don't know me, yes, like I recently connected with quite a few people. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Monika Pawłowicz. I just made it sound more English, I guess. My name is Monika Pawłowicz, and I'm an international mindset coach. I help professional expats transform the mindset to become high-achieving versions of themselves. What does it mean? In other words, I help my clients achieve the goals, those personal and those professional, by developing a strong mindset, increasing their self-confidence, and improving their communication. So that is me. And as I said at the beginning, I am not here just by myself. I have a very special guest, Wojciech Kolodziejczak. Wojciech is joining us from Manchester, from the United Kingdom. Hi, Wojciech. And I wanted to say a few words about Wojciech. So he's a trainer, he's a professional networker, and we are going to learn more about what it means in a second. And he has a beautiful mission in his business and in his life. His mission is to help people achieve their business and life goals through networking. So that's amazing, and I think that's where our missions overlap as well. It is about life and business goals and just making our lives better to improve the quality. So that's wonderful. And Wojciech is also a leader in cross-cultural communication and networking. So that's an introduction from my end. Wojciech, tell us, have I missed anything? And would you like to add some important information about who you are and what you do?
Hi guys, hats off to everyone that decided to join us and spend some time with us. Thank you so much for this introduction, Monika. I think, I feel very humble, with such a great introduction. I think there is nothing more to add apart from the fact that I'm an average guy, average expat in the UK, going through my life here during this very challenging time, pretty much for everyone. So yeah, I mean, let's chat, let's talk about relationships, networking, and online networking. So how we can basically treat this time as an opportunity instead of moaning about, all these mysteries, and different kind of stuff that we see on Facebook every day, eh?
That's so true, Wojciech. Like, it's all about meaning we assign to things and what we decide to focus on. So I couldn't say it better. And what I wanted to mention at the beginning as well, that actually, this live is kind of a fruit of networking, I would say, because I met Wojciech last year, I think it was June, on a networking event in London when I was delivering a speech on mindset and how it impacts success and fulfillment. And Wojciech was delivering a speech about networking, and I was absolutely amazed by his energy, how authentic he was, and the value he gave to the audience. So I decided, why don't we have him here on my profile to share this same value with you guys, and we can also go further. And I wanted to focus also about on networking in terms of expat life, and how can we deal and use networking skills right now in those challenging times, because the situation has changed and we need to be resourceful right now. So we've got Wojtek in here to just give us some great value within his expertise. So before we go any further, I wanted to just check who we've got joining in. So we've got a few people right now, and there are still people tuning in. And guys, I just wanted to encourage you to engage, to ask questions, because the more we engage, the more we absorb what we are learning and the value given. So that's it from my end. And let's start, Wojtek.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So amazing. My first question for you is, what is effective networking? How do you understand it?
I think we should start first of all with what is networking in general. And I suspect you also heard so many different stories about what it is not. So some people consider it, it's just connecting online on LinkedIn or Facebook, or it's collecting business cards. So what I think is that this is this massive misconception, and that actually networking is all about building relationships. It's all about getting to know each other. And I think it's just as simple as that. But of course, things that we consider simple, they're not that simple after all.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. And the word that really stands out in here is like relationships for me. And that's what changed my mindset about networking, because like one of my core values is connection and relationships, and basically understanding that it's about building relationships and getting to know people and finding a way to help them totally changed the meaning. And I started feeling great when networking. So that's a beautiful definition. And saying that, I would love to know how you discovered the power of networking and what's the story behind it.
I think. Oh,
sorry. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. I mean, my story is not very special, but I guess that many people can relate to that, especially people like us, expats, living in different countries. All of a sudden, you need to, in order to succeed, you need to build life in the country that you visited. So many years ago, I came to the UK. I was studying law at University of Chester, and like many students, it was very difficult to get into the legal industry. Not even mentioning the fact that I'm a foreigner, and I'm competing with other British, my friends from university and other universities, to find work experience, then training contract if you want to become a solicitor. So that's what I was doing, and I was in this massive challenge, how to expand, how to get to the legal industry. And obviously, when you come to the new country, you don't know people, you don't have all these connections that are important. So you're pretty much starting from scratch. So that's what I did. And I was in a situation where my dream at that time was to become a lawyer. I was studying, and at the same time, I was looking for the job. And I was obviously earning some coin, working in different factories, warehouses. And one of these places was recycling center of Hungers. So that was the place when during weekends, on the night shifts, I was recycling Hungers. And obviously, I met some great people in there, but I also met people that were laughing at me that I want to become a lawyer. And like in every place, pretty much some of us expats were in that situation where you trying to get somewhere, and you're in a place with people with different mindset. With people that are not looking for opportunities. They basically stay inside their own limitations. So I remember when I went to the pub with a bunch of friends, and it was typical English pub. So I don't know if you, the people are with us, if you know what is typical English pub, you know, with the carpet with pictures on the wall. There is a group of people watching telly, watching the game, football. I think Manchester United was on at that time. And there was massive bass excitement. But in the contrast, there was me sitting very upset, and a group of friends from the recycling centers approaching me, and I was saying, Wojciech, why are you so sad? So, well, guys, I've sent like hundreds of applications. I've been studying in Poland, I've been studying in the UK, and nothing. I got nowhere. I cannot find a job. Wojciech, maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're, you know, maybe you will not succeed. Just forget about this dream and just have a pint with us and just forget about it. And I don't know about you, but maybe you're in a situation, or you've been in a situation where people were telling you that you're not good enough, you're not good at this, forget about your dream, forget about this, stick to your place, just stop dreaming. Another time I said no. I went out and I started networking. I went to different networking meetings. I went to the job fair in Manchester, where I had a pleasure to meet with different lawyers, different firms. And in the after party in a pub, I joined one of the tables, and with different lawyers, we were talking about football. And after half an hour, one of them was asking, hey, you know, you sound like a smart guy. Why don't you try with us? We're looking for people to start work experience. And I said, thank you so much for this offer, but I actually applied to your firm for the work experience, but I got rejection via email last week. And he said, forget about it. We're going to start next Monday. And all of a sudden, you got this completely different thing. You sent like 100 applications and you meet one guy who's giving you a chance. So then I realized that what my grandfather was saying, that in the most important thing in our lives are the people. Money comes and goes, but if you have the right relationships, they will stay with you to the rest of your life. And it's all about getting to know someone, then getting to like someone, then trust, and then comes the purchase, the buy part. Basically, someone buys you as a person, and that's all about it. That's the whole process of building relationship. It's nothing complicated than that, but people don't think about it this way. So that's how it all started with me and my kind of networking career. And then obviously I was building relationships to build my career in the legal industry. Then the great things that are realized, that if you are right now in a place with people that are not supporting you, the greatest thing that you can do is to change environment, to find people that will be closer to your dream, that will be closer to the people with different mindset than the current people you have. And I know that many of you will say, hey, but I'm stuck at home now. So where should I go now? So this is where the online networking comes in. So you can connect very easily with people around the world through lives, through webinars, through video conferences. So that's the first move. You want to change your life, change your environment, change the connections, people around you. So I think that's one of the stories that I wanted to share with you, to kind of show that where it all started for me.
That's a beautiful story. It's exactly, you know, how it worked for you and how it paid off to just, you know, to start and maintain a good relation, how it looks to start and maintain good relationships. And I need to say that when I met you, I knew straight away that you're a good networker. I remember, you know, how you approached me. I remember how you exchanged messages. So it is about this personal touch, I guess, as well, to make people remember you in some way, make people feel, okay, like, you know, I'm not just another person on this networking event. He really cares about what I do, what I deal with. And, you know, in here you presented how to use networking, even if you are, you know, if you're looking to succeed in your career. So it doesn't have to be business, because a lot of people I know connotate networking with business typically. But it's not only. It's really important within companies. It's really important for us as expats. And you just said some parts of difficulties you had as an expat starting your career as a lawyer abroad, but there are other components as well. And when I get back to my past, I remember when I moved to London 4 years ago, I felt horribly lonely, and I felt I don't really belong, and I felt I don't really fit in. And you know, just looking for some networking spaces really helped me to start feeling at home. And I just moved recently, a couple of months ago, to Vienna in Austria. And I promised myself before I moved, I'm going to networking events straight away, because it helps with the adjustment to a new country. So I guess it can just help you in your career. It can help you in your business, but it also may have an impact on your personal life and how you feel in certain place. And obviously, like, it's hard to, you know, succeed in career and business if you don't feel good about the situation. So it kind of complements each other, right? So tell us now, Wojciech, because you told us the story about, you know, becoming a lawyer, how it happened you're a professional networker now, and what it means to be a professional networker.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Thanks very much for that. I mean, sometimes when I'm in a funny mood, I would answer when people say, Wojciech, what do you do for a living? And I say, I talk to people for a living and I'm paid for it.
That's amazing.
Which
the dream
silly.
job to have.
Yeah, it sounds silly, but it is what it is, actually. So what I do, I talk to people, I talk to my clients. My goal is to make an impact in their lives, in their career, in their business, and that's what drives me. And I think, you know, many people were, been asking me, hey, why did you drop your career as a lawyer? 10 years of education in Poland and UK. And after 1 year of actually working as a lawyer, you decide to leave. And I think it's all about, you know, it's not just about, you know, we have only one life, and it's not about just money. It's about living the way you want to live. It's about doing what you like. It's about spending the time with the people you want and spending the time in the manner that you want to do. So me in a law firm, that wasn't working at all. And I wasn't even a very good lawyer, to be honest, because I just didn't feel it. So I said to myself that I don't want to spend one more day in a law firm working the way I was working, which seriously, as a solicitor, sometimes, you know, you feel like a glorified secretary. You just feel like data inputting, and it's the computers are thinking for you. They're doing all the calculations, and for me, it was boring. I mean, obviously not every work of every lawyer looked like that. But I was preparing the business development part. So the other role in a law firm was that I was doing was business development, which in fact was selling. So my role was to go to conferences, networking events, build relationships, negotiate contracts, sign deals, and then bring business in the end. So I absolutely loved it. I love that time outside the office. I love that time with people, conferences, and that's why I decided that this is what I want to do. And all of a sudden, the more successful I became as a business developer, the people were asking me, hey, can you come to our event and talk about networking because you're good at it, you generate loads of money for the firm, can you share with us? So people were asking me more and more to share my experience and how to do it. And that's how it all started. And I realized that I love it, and I changed people's lives because thanks to networking, the people I helped, they found a better job, they found new clients, they found a business partner, or they moved from employment to business, or they basically achieved their goals thanks to relationships built in the right way. So I think this is it. For the people that are not happy in their life at the moment, the thing is, you just need to look for opportunities and for the things that you like. And now, most of us are stuck at home, and we have plenty of time to figure out what we want to do in future, how we want to spend the rest of our life, what's ticking us, let's say, eh?
You just brought up two amazing things that I wanted to get back to quickly. One thing is how when being a lawyer, you just knew what you love doing and you knew what you don't, and you decided to move forward, focusing on what you enjoy. Because I just, as a coach, I see so many people feeling stuck. And they just say, I just have no idea how to start, where to go, how can I know what works for me? And that's an amazing, exercise to do. Observe what makes you happy, and that's an amazing place to start with. And then it says so much about who you are as a person. What are your qualities that you need to use? Because when we are aligned with who we are at our job, then we just bring amazing results for our clients, for us, for our employees, for our managers, whoever we help. So that's one amazing thing I loved about what you said. And another one, you just, listed really practical examples of what networking can be helpful with. You just said someone can find a job, another person can change the job, someone can meet an important client. So that's exactly what networking is. If you are just doing it right, it's going to bring those amazing results. So thank you so much for sharing. And for the next time, you just mentioned that now it's time for online networking. Do you have any, tips for us how to do it right? How we can use this wonderful results of internet to maintain our relationships, to basically start new ones, so as our businesses can thrive, so as we can get in touch with people from our work, so as we can not feel alone and stuck at home. Anything you can give us to just network good online, and then later maybe you could share with us in general too.
Not a problem. I mean, it will be my pleasure. So, the first thing is people think that online networking is so different than the normal networking because they see the screens that we have on our laptops, on tablets, on mobiles, and then, it feels so different, connecting through this than actually connecting with the person. And I think this is the major trap that is not helping people. So the moment you realize that on the other side of that screen, there are real people like you interacting with the machine, but then we can just use it as a tool. And the moment you stop treating people like numbers, and this is really annoying for me when I see people, using internet to spawn messages, to send chains of stupid messages that are not tailor-made to that person at all. And so this is not networking, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like when people are sending me messages with offers to join this, join that, People that I don't know, people that just connected with me, for example, on LinkedIn. I don't know about you, Monica, but I don't really like it. And, they try to sell you something on a street and say, hey, my name is Wojciech. I would like to sell you this. Because that's how it sounds like. And that's what some people do at networking events. And clearly, these people, they don't know what is the truth behind the networking. So they think what it is. So they approach people, they're gonna, give the business card and they want to sell straight away, which clearly doesn't work because we don't like being sold to. So people do that online. So on a daily basis, we are swamped with these messages, and I have that a lot. People are, asking me if I want to buy a hair replacement product. And,
oh my God. Do they do this?
Yeah, they do that. And then I said, hey, come on, you never asked me
whether I want it.
If I want it, because I'm a happy baldy, so I don't really need it, eh? So I think that's the first thing. So remember that networking and online networking is about building relationships. It's about getting to know someone, like someone. Then at some point comes a trust. And there are different tools that we use. Because in a real life, we meet someone, we can have a chat, we can go for a coffee. Online, we're just using the tools on our phones and the apps. We're using the programs like this one, like, I don't know, Zoom, many others, that we can connect, have a video conference, and we cannot touch each other. In some cases, maybe it's even better, especially now during the coronavirus times. But hey, we can have the other parts of the interaction, basically, the voice tonality, the words that we're using, and then we can see body language. You can watch me and Monica now, and then you can basically see me live. And that's so today, actually, I treat every video conference as a way of networking too, because some of us, we see each other, or you see me for the first time in your life, and you decide whether you get to like me. Maybe at some point we will meet during the meeting online, or maybe in person, and then at some point we will build a relationship based on trust. And at some point, you will become my client, or I'll become your client, or you will become friends. Because that's another thing, it's not just about getting the job, but you can change your environment when you do networking. So some of these people become your friends, and like in my case, you can even find your love of your life, like I did at networking events.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I met Justina, my fiance, at a networking event, and obviously there was the same process. We get to know each other. Then at some point we get to like each other. Then we build the trust. I mean, initially it was professional relationship. We were working together. I recruited her. She was one of my agents, sending wills and probate instructions and personal injury instructions. So initially it wasn't romantic at all. But then the process of that relationship, that was, I think it was nearly 2 years before we actually became a couple.
Wow, what a story for a professional networker.
So that's why it's life networking.
No, wow. That's really that's so amazing to hear. So for sure you've got skills, amazing skills today, both professionally and personally. You proved that you are, amazing role model in here. And what I loved about what you said, and it's all about mindset. Let's just link it all together, because to be entirely honest, when I went for my first networking event. I was thinking, oh my gosh, it is a networking event. So I just made it sound so serious that I actually got anxious about going there, because I just thought that, I don't know, people would be selling to me. I would have to be on spot and, sell my services. And, I'm so for relationships. So like you said, when you just look at this as a building relationships, and it doesn't matter whether you go to the event offline or you do it via Zoom or like those platforms that are enabling us right now to connect to people, you're just focusing on a different thing. And that's what helped me. And I think that's what you are referring to right now, that it's actually creating relationships in your life, whether personal or professional, because you never know. It can end up, like you said, finding a new job, maybe finding a client. I found many friends on networking events. You found your fiancé. So it's like all of this is amazing stories. So I think the lesson for that is just, not to be afraid and to just do it. And we've got one interesting comment. That it's probably easier to speak to people online, especially in a breakout room. So what do you think about this, Wojtek? Is there any easier way, or it's entirely up to people and their personalities and preferences?
Yeah, there is something behind it, because many of us are wondering why there is so much hate online, and people, they don't have courage to say the same thing to us in person, right? It's because, people are hidden behind some screens, telephones, and they think that they can do everything. They feel more encouraged to comment. It's more safe for them. So I think that's one of the reasons. And it's easier, and
I'm so sorry,
not,
guys.
because are you there with us?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we cannot see you. We lost vision with you.
Oh,
There you
here.
go.
I'm so sorry. I think that's, technical stuff going on in here, but I'm back. Thank you so much for carrying on, Wojtek.
Listen. If you think that I'm saying some crappy stuff, just tell me. I will. We can change the subject, eh?
No,
you don't have to.
That's certainly not that. But something happened to my laptop indeed. I hope it works now. Okay, we have to.
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you and we can hear you.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. No, I love the stuff you are saying. By no means it was me trying to, trying to end it, because we've got 17 people and people started commenting and saying hello.
Brilliant.
So let's carry on. And yes, so sorry for a short interruption.
No problem. No problem, Monika. And it's a great comment, Alexandra. It's great that you're here with us. And we have some comments from Monika, Eva, Paweł, commenting in Polish, Pozdrawiam, regards from Wales. Great guys. And the other one, we have Piotr Zawalik. I would say here with you, it's content. Yeah, excellent.
Excellent.
Manly play.
Exactly. So there are priorities in life, right? So you have to choose what you want to focus on. And we've got so many people: Dariusz, Caroline, Robert, Mateusz, Anna, Niels, Michelle. Hi, everyone. So if you've got any question to Wojciech, please use this wonderful opportunity that he's here with us, that it's his expertise, networking, building relationship, communication, cross-cultural communication. Use this opportunity and ask him some questions. I am sure that he will be pleased to answer. So,
and I think coming back to the question, because actually I didn't answer Alexandra's question, which was about it wasn't a question, it was actually a comment, which makes sense. It's probably easier to speak to people. But you know what? Actually, I also find people, because when we consider online networking as a way, for example, through video conference, which is like a new way of meeting people at work or in a business situation, the same things block us from networking online through a video conference, then the same mechanisms, the same fear is eating up inside when we go out and we are scared of approaching people. And why is that? Because it's a normal thing. You know, we are afraid of rejection, that we will do this Facebook Live like this one, or we will do webinar, or we'll do some video, and people will reject us. People will say, you're crap, you're not good enough. You know, in the same way that people can hurt us in situations like sometimes in our life, people around us, like these people in the pub that I was talking about. So I think the same mechanism are also online, but obviously when it comes to blogging or commenting, we feel more safe. So that's why it's far more easier to connect and to, you know, hurt someone on the other side, because we feel invincible in some ways. So that's why people are far more encouraged to do hate online rather than do it in person.
That is so true. May I just mention one thing before we go to the next one? Actually, I think it's about control as well, because when you are in a room, for example, you are delivering a training or a speech, or you're networking, and there are walls, you know that whatever happens, it stays in there. While when you do it online, it just, you know, it streams and you can't control it. So that's when people start being afraid of rejection and feedback and hate, because it happens, we can't deny it. So I think it's about having this control, okay? Like basically when I say something wrong, or when my laptop stops working and it's going to be, you know, a huge faux pas, whatever, I just can't undo it. And it's just there, it's online. So I think that's about control as well. So thanks so much for explaining this. And we have some more questions. So let me just bring them in. So that's another one from Alexandra. Do you have any events coming up, Wojtek? I would happily attend. And in here, can I just recommend Wojtek's events? I've attended his Super Elevators pitch program. It was online and I loved it. And it helped me to start speaking to camera with more courage. So Alexandra and anyone, I really recommend Wojtek's program. So now over to you, Wojtek, to just say a few words about what you do.
Thank you so much for this, Monika. And it was a pleasure to see your videos during this program. So it's an interesting thing that I started my transition into online literally a year ago. In April 2019, I organized the first Super Elevator Pitch, which is an online program when people can train how to behave in front of camera, how to do the presentation, how to do the storytelling, and all the things that are important to make that first impression online. So first impression is so important when we meet people, whether we're smiling, you know, the handshake, all these things that we taking into account, whether deciding whether we like this person, whether we can trust this person that we're meeting. So the same principles apply when doing it online. So Alexandra, by all means, I would love to work with you online, and I'm happy to send you some links. And what a timing, because today there was a conference that we had to postpone due to coronavirus. And it was 26th of Live Business Forum that was supposed to be in Birmingham on the 26th of April. And we decided to postpone it because we had to, because of these challenging times. But I spoke with the people that signed up. I spoke with different partners and the speakers that were supposed to speak at this event, and we all agreed that, you know, we won't stop because of this situation. We just move it online. So instead of live business forum, we're gonna do online business forum, and that's going to happen again on the 26th of April online. So the first online business forum will be in Polish, unfortunately, English speakers, but the next one will be in English. So we are opening up so I can invite my friends from Romania and other expats. You could also invite your friends, Monika, who are from different countries, and then we can connect with people all over the world this way. So actually, it's even a bigger opportunity, because at this event you can listen to experts talking about business, career, and we will be focusing how to survive and how to use this time as an opportunity for your growth, for how to use the time and the place where you are now as a time for your improvement. And just forget about what's happening on TV, what's happening outside. This is something that we cannot control. This is outside of our remit. What we can focus on and what we can do is actually what's in front of us, what we do every day, what we think about. This is what you do, Monika, a mindset, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and Anna is asking about, do you do any networking Zoom calls? And the funny thing, I've been using Zoom for more than a year now, and I actually saved so much time when I started to use Zoom, because then I can do so many follow-up meetings after networking events from my home. I can save, and people, I found it that in business, so many people were more happy to meet online rather than in person, because for both of us, it's the travel, sometimes it's the expenses to meet in different city all the time in traffic, and now we can use facilities like Zoom, many others, Skype, Messenger, WhatsApp, and we can just meet over there, and we can save so much time, and we can be safe actually at this moment. So yes, I do lots of Zoom meetings. I do Zoom conferences. That's the way I teach now, because I cannot do workshops now. So what I can do is actually I can deliver my lectures on Zoom and other platforms. I can do webinars. So all these things now are available to us. So whoever is moaning that, oh, I had to cancel my event, I had to cancel this, I cannot go over there, and I just forget about it. It happens.
Yeah.
Just don't dwell on these schemes. Who is to blame? Chinese, America, your neighbor. Just focus on the stuff you can do right now, and I think that's it. So yes, Anna, answering your question, yes, I use lots of online stuff, and we just need to be prepared to use more of it, because by the looks of it, by the stats and everything that's going on outside, we will be stuck like that for at least 6 months, if not more. So it's your call whether to keep on moaning, keep on, focusing on the bad stuff, or just, get over it and just start using online opportunities.
Wojciech, if I may, you just mentioned before, it's mindset work as well, and it is indeed. And I loved what you said about focus on what's in your control, because I notice now when I'm speaking to my clients, when I'm speaking to my friends, my family, a lot of people focus on things that are totally outside of their control, and it's not leading anywhere. So that the energy is wasted on things that we have no control over. So, and I love the idea of, yes, focus on what we can do, how we can leave the situation stronger. And now we have like this wonderful resource like internet, and we have our window to the world, and we can use it. So let's focus on and explore it, how we can use this now, even if we don't know it, because a lot of people have never used it before. And, everything is very difficult before it becomes easy. So it requires this first step to just sometimes push yourself outside of your comfort zone, to just, turn on this Zoom call or Facebook Live or StreamYard, which we are using right now, and just do it, because like you said, we don't know how long it's going to last, and it's out of our control to know. We have no idea. So thinking how long it will last, it's outside of what we should focus on right now. So we should focus on what we can do right now, knowing what we know, and just basically even benefit from this time at home, because we have more time, some of us, like most of us, I guess, so we can really start being more creative and as I said, leave the situation much stronger if we decide so. So I totally agree, and thank you so much for starting this topic. Another question from Marzena. So is it also about practice? The more you do it, the easier it gets. I like networking and enjoy meeting new people. Wojciech, is it about the practice?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I suspect, Marzena, thanks so much for this comment. I suspect that this is about the online networking. So I see that you like networking, you enjoy meeting new people, and now it's all about this transition to online networking. So yes, it is about, practice. We're not perfect. We're not making great first impression in our first meeting. Oh, okay. Apart from some people that were born great, and
Yeah.
I wasn't born great, I'm afraid. And if I remember correctly, me in the primary school and the high school, I wasn't making great impression at all. So my first online sessions, my first online meetings were, the background was crap, the lighting. Now I have this, in front of me, there is this big lamp. So it's getting dark and you can see me clearly. I behind me there's some stuff instead of, I remember one of my first meetings, I did the camera angle wrong, and people could see my pants lying on the couch, and then I noticed it on the other side, and I was like, oh shit. And and that's how you learn about this thing.
Exactly.
You think that camera is off and it's actually on, and then I don't know if you saw some of these funny video conferencing videos, but on one of them there was a meeting of 30 people, and one of the ladies forgot about turning off the camera, and we could see when she was going to the toilet, sitting down on the throne.
Yeah, I guess it's a time when those situations are quite often because people are learning. Like you said, you had your time when you learned, and I guess a lot of people need to have the first lessons to understand. And what I love as well about what we are discussing right now, that you said you were not born a professional networker. You noticed that it's your preference to go this way, that you're good at it, and you decided to develop those communication skills and become a pro in this area. And that's a pure growth mindset that you're not now presenting, because it's about, this kind of mind, just to explain to our audience, is to understand that we can develop our qualities, our talents, if we decide so, and if we are ready to devote our time, our energy. So that's what you did. And I think that's a good lesson for all of us. If we have some goals and dreams, and we see that there are some gaps in terms of the skills, if it's our decision to take care of that, we will be totally in a different place in a few months, in a year. It's all about whether we are ready to take care of that and to really, focus on it. So that's great you brought it up, because I'm afraid there are some misconceptions that people think that I'm a people person, I am not a people person, and I just can't do anything about this. But communication, networking, I guess, is as any other skill which you can learn and which you can improve and which you can master if you make this decision to focus on it.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Sorry, the coronavirus still in
Oh
me.
my God. Okay, Wojtek. Oh my gosh, it's been 50 minutes. So just to wrap it up, Wojtek, if you could just give us 5 short tips, what we can all, just take with us from this live today and start implementing immediately on our Zoom calls, online networking, live networking when we get back to the word. So what would you give us?
The 5 things that you can. The first one that comes to my mind straight away is, remember that networking is about relationships, building relationship. It's a long-term game. It's not trying to shoot your prey. So some of the people treat networking like hunting. So they want to hunt the client. They want to hunt that new relationship, use that relationship and just forget about it. That's not going to work. Mm-hmm. The networking is about building relations, getting to know that person, getting to respect that person, and building that bridge and that mm-hmm. process of get to know someone, like someone, mm-hmm. then comes trust, and then comes the point when you're either buying or you become friends or you found a business together, whatever. So the other thing is that networking is about sharing, and mm-hmm. that's why online networking is even easier. It's even easier than traditional networking, because think about how you can help the other person online. So you can online, we can share articles, we can share knowledge online, we can share connections. On LinkedIn, you can just basically like someone post. Mm-hmm. You can comment on that post, and that's the way of, obviously only if you actually support the stuff that someone is writing. I'm not claiming that you want to comment on the stuff that you don't agree with, but you know where I'm coming from. It's about sharing, giving, helping the others first, and then ask. And there's so much people that are trying to take from you. So don't be one of them. I hope you're not one of them. One of them that are trying to sell me the hair products. So remember, think about how you can, in order to build that relationship, how you can help them. And then if you have these relationships online and offline, this is where you can start from there, because these people, the law of reciprocity will come in, and people will want to give you back. They would like to help you too. They would like to thank you, and even if you didn't plan. And the best thing is to give without expecting stuff back. But trust me, the law of reciprocity works. So people, even if you don't expect it, they will do their best. Most of the people, because I know from experience that there will be people that will use you, that people that will lie to you. Well, we're human after all, and so nobody's perfect. But the balance is positive, at least in my case, and that's why I keep on sharing, keep on giving. I spent today time on a telephone helping a lady from Romania that is moving to Manchester, and she asked for some guidance where she can find a place, or where to find this, where to find that. And we met before, so obviously that wasn't a person I didn't know, but it was like 2 years ago. We met at the conference, and then she said, "You're the only person from Manchester I know, and I'm moving there because of my daughter and many other things. And can you help me?" And for me, it was 5-10 minutes. And obviously, we don't have that much time to give it to so many people, but we can decide which and which person and where to give. So the second part is the sharing part. Think about how you can help others, and with that mindset, the great stuff will come to you. Trust me. Even if you come across people that they will not give a damn about you, that's just life. What else? Think about first impression. First thing. I'm trying to think about this, the stuff that is connected with online networking, because it's so relevant today. So Monica,
Perfect.
if you don't mind, so the first impression, because there are so many people that are so great at making this impression in a live event, face to face. You know, they smile. You can feel this energy. I don't know if you met someone that you felt so positive about this person. You kind of you connected straight away, and I met so many people like that, like you, Monica, for example. It was so easy to connect with you because you smiled, such a positive energy, the growth mindset, it was pouring out of you. And it was a pleasure to, connect with you. And the more I get to know each other in the process, the more fascinated I've become with you as a person, as a human being. And then, when I came to see your profiles online, everything was spot on. It was as well. It was how to put it. There was a consequence, and there was a. I'm trying to find the word. Probably Alexandra will help me. Everything was consistent.
Okay.
Online and offline. So the profiles, everything online was very good. So the same impression that you did in person, you reinforced that with online profiles. So I checked your LinkedIn, I checked your Facebook, and I said, wow, this is really cool. And then on the other side, you have people that you met, they made this great impression, and then you checked their Facebook profile, and then you see the stuff that is completely out of the blue. You see some weird photos. Have you come across people like that? In Polish, there is this group of people that they have this, job title, aristocracy is not working, or the other stuff.
I know. Oh, I know. Not a good impression. Not a good impression.
and I use this example when I was working in a law firm. There was a student that approached me on Facebook asking for a work experience, and I was like, yeah, what a great way to connect. I mean, well done, guy. And I checked his Facebook profile, and it was full of swear words. It was full of some crazy stuff. Moaning about this, moaning about that. Very unprofessional. I mean, some of the stuff I just don't want to share with you guys here online. And I said, listen, if you connect online, you just spoiled it, because you probably would get that job, because we were actually looking for students to join us on a work experience basis. But you're never gonna get a chance because your first impression online is so bad. And so this is the third thing. Just check your profiles on social media, whether you have right photos, whether you have the right titles. It's consistent with what you do.
Amazing advice, Wojtek. I love it. And thank you so much for all kind words from your end. I felt exactly the same. So thanks so much. And I know it is so important, and I can totally agree that when someone is inconsistent, basically we lose trust, because we get confused, like, my gosh, so when this person is real, or it doesn't really fit into the picture I got, so then it becomes difficult. So I think that's a great advice for all of us. Just check whether we are consistent in real life and online, because I think not everyone is aware of that, how important it is, and that actually people are checking it, because not everyone has this habit, and actually it becomes more and more common to do it, right? When you meet someone, you go straight away online and you want to know more. So that's a great advice. Wojtek, before you go to the next one, just a few comments from Alexandra, very useful live. Cool. Another one from Marzena. She loved the comment about giving and sharing. This is how you expand, and then it comes back to you. Thank you, Marzena, for leaving this comment. I absolutely agree with you. Another comment from Alexandra, perfect. And there is a recommendation of your program, Wojtek.
It's great to see you, Łukasz. I'm really interested about, seeing your videos, online networker. Yeah, I mean, this is great when you see messages like that, people reinforcing it. You just can't have better marketing than that. So thank you so much for that, guys. And it's even more great when I get messages from my clients saying that after super elevator pitch, I started using storytelling in my presentations. And after so many years of not getting my promotion, finally I made an impact that helped me to get that promotion. And I'm always over the moon. And this is just giving me this energy to help others so they can achieve their goals. And now my mission in these very difficult times is to help people start using these online tools correctly, using it in a right way. So just drop all that crap online, just focus on the golden nuggets that will take you, your life, your business, your career to the next level.
Well said, very well said. Okay, is there anything you would like to add when it comes to tips, or because you covered really important stuff? So I don't know, like time-wise, how it's with you, but if you have something to add, feel free to do it now before we wrap up our today's live.
I think it's a great time to oh, sorry, I was going to say fuck up.
Said.
Wrap up.
Nice joke for wrapping up is always good. So. Hi, Veronica, at the end, but we will catch up. But you just joined right for a good joke, so hopefully it will encourage you. No, we have fun, so maybe not such a poor one. Okay, Wojtek, so anything you would like to add right now to your tips before we...
I think we're good to go. So I think if you got any question, guys, please connect. I would like to invite you to follow Life Networker on Facebook. There is a Polish fan page, Life Networker, and English speaking fan page. Nice one. Alexander, you will laugh probably now, eh? Life Network International is the English version. So by all means, if you want to follow what's going on, like I said, today, the Polish speakers in the comments, we can put the link to the online business forum. So if you stuck at home and you want to meet some great people and the network, and there is so many online live webinars, things going on, but there is not much actually giving opportunity to people to get to know each other like in a real life networking. So that's why we decided to do this event. So you can actually have networking in groups. So we're going to have 4 networking groups going on at the same time. So people interested in property, people interested in beauty, health, and wellness, people interested in legal and finance, and people interested in general business. So each group will be moderated by different persons. So we're going to have creme de la creme of the Polish community. And for the English speakers, next month in May, we're going to do exactly the same event in English. So it's even better. So if there are any mistakes, we will do it together with a group of crazy Poles. Make it a little bit more perfect for you guys.
Sounds amazing. So let's agree that Wojtek will leave some links in the comment section, so as you can just check it out. So make sure, if you're interested, to check what he's going to leave in comments in terms of events and programs. Guys, if you on the other hand, would love to work on mindset, self-confidence, achieving your goals, I will leave some links to my programs as well, so as you can check it out. And I think we've got a perfect comment to just wrap up this live from Tom.
Oh, that's lovely.
A long one. And Wojtek, if you would like to comment on that, I think that's the way to just, wrap it up and to finish our webinar today.
I think it's the best comment is actually to read it. So for the people, because I know that some people are actually listening to Facebook Live. So this one is from Tom. Tom is the great guy from Worcester, a friend of mine. He says, "Hi guys, it's lovely to see you. I haven't seen you for a long while. Networking is marketing yourself, marketing your uniqueness, what we stand for. Many of us still forgetting that networking is not about just connecting people, it's about connecting people with people with ideas, and people with opportunities. From what I remember, Steve Jobs used to say that about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance and networking." So I think brilliant, Tom. Thank you so much for
brilliant.
this. And
amazing timing, right? Just before
exactly.
we end. So thank you so much, Tom, for sharing this with us. Thank you so much, Wojtek. Sorry, I just think I interrupted. So if you wanted to say something.
No, that's it. I mean, just wrap up.
Now it's said correctly. So perfect. Thank you so much. We've got another comment. Thanks a lot, guys. I need to go now. It was Marzena. Thanks for being here with us, and thank you all who engaged, asked questions, commented, left likes and hearts. So it's really important to us. So thank you to everyone watching us. And Wojtek, thank you so much for all the value you shared with my lovely community. It's been a pleasure to have you here on my profile. And yes, Wojtek will leave some links in the comments, so you can always take it further if you have any questions to him. And thank you, everyone. It was a huge pleasure to host it today on my Facebook, and see you soon. Bye.